Saraswati Vedvange Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Iskan founder Acharya saved the whole world to Prabhupada ki Jai Amishika Jai Saraswati Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Guru Parampara ki Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur ki Hrim Shri Gaur Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Ramkunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhan ki Ravindam ki Duvidam ki Jagannath Puri ki Bhakti Devi ki Bhakti Devi ki Bhaktivinoda ki Gaur Pramananda Oh, glory to the Assembly. Glory to the Assembly. Glory to the Assembly. Glory to Shri Guru and Shri Guru. He's gone. Jai Guru Madhusware Nam Jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare No, go sing. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Go. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Shri Govinda, Gopinath, Radha Manohar. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Shri Govinda, Gopinath, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jaya Karamo Hey! Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jaya Karamo Jaya Chaitanya Nitai. Chaitanya Nitai. Chaitanya Manavishtam Shapitam Jena Bhutale Kaya Mukha Kara Maya Jadhatita Padantikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radha Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Reading Bhagavad Gita as it is, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhakti Prabhupada. In chapter 9, what is it, 33? Yes. So I tell the story that once a very important man, he didn't have much time, so he asked Srila Prabhupada, tell me, Srila Prabhupada, what is the best chapter I should study? What is the best chapter I should read? And Prabhupada said, no, they're all Krishna's words, they're all absolute. Prabhupada said, and then this man said, yeah, I know, but please tell me which chapter I should study. Prabhupada said, 9th chapter. 9th is the center, 18 chapters, a lot of information here. can help us. Of course, they're all absolute. Section 33. Kim Puna Brahmana Punya.
Punya Brahmana Anya.
Kim Puna Brahmana Punya.
Kim Puna Brahmana Punya.
Raja Shayastata.
Bhakta Raja Shayastata.
Bhakta Raja Shayastata.
Bhakta Raja Shayastata.
Nityam Sukam. Anityam Asukam Lokam.
Anityam Asukam Lokam.
Anityam Asukam Lokam.
Anityam Asukam Lokam.
Mani Prapya Vajaspamam.
Imam Prapya Vajaspayam.
Imam Prapya Vajaspamam.
Imam Prapya Vajaspamam.
Kimpuna Brahmana Punya.
Kim Puna Brahmana Punya.
Bhakta Raja Sayastata.
Bhakta Raja Shayastata.
Anityam Asukam Lokam.
Anityam Asukam Lokam.
Imam Prapya Vajaspamam.
Imam Prapya Vajaspamam.
Bolo. The man can't do it? Okay, ladies.
We don't have it here.
I thought he was on the board.
No.
Thank you, Prabhu. Okay. Kim, how much?
How much?
Puna.
Puna.
Again.
Again.
Ramana.
Ramana.
Brahmana.
Ramana.
Punya.
Punya.
Righteous.
Righteous.
Bhakta.
Bhakta.
Devotees.
Devotees.
Raja Rishaya.
Raja Rishaya.
Saintly King.
Saintly King.
Tata.
Tata.
Also.
Also.
Anitya.
Anitya.
Temporary.
Temporary.
Sukha.
Sukha.
Full of miseries.
Full of miseries.
Loka.
Loka.
Planet.
Planet.
Imam.
Imam.
This.
This.
Sapya.
Rapya.
Gaining.
Gaining.
Rajasva.
Rajasva.
Be engaged in loving service.
Engaged in loving service.
Ma.
Ma.
Unto me.
Unto me.
We read in the previous verse how anybody can take the devotional service and get the desired result. Sudra, women, whatever. But now here, Krishna's recognizing that if they can attain perfection, then it should be easier for the Raja Rishis and Brahmins and so on. Translation, how much more this is so for the righteous, referring to the previous verse. For the righteous, Brahmins, the devotees, the saintly kings, therefore, having come to this temporary visible world, engage in loving service unto me. Again, Krishna is bringing us to the point. Engage in loving service unto me. And that the material world is miserable. All we have to do is look around and we'll see that it's miserable. But somehow the illusion is so strong that we think, I can be happy. It's true, a lot of people are miserable. But I can be happy. I'm going to relieve their misery, that'll make me happy. But you can't relieve their misery. Temporary putting a band-aid on a gassy wound, it won't solve the problem. Only problem is to get out of this world. Only remedy, I should say. Only remedy is to finish up our business here, qualified to go to the spiritual world. This is a message of Bhagavad Gita, repeated and repeated. From the high to the lowest, all the places of misery. And nobody wants that. Indra's attached to his heaven, he won't give it up, because he thinks he has an advantage. The man on the next house, he won't give it up. He thinks, no, I'm German, and that's a good race, and I have this house, and I have it. Everybody is attached to their position. Everybody. Therefore, when Sanat Goswami came to Lord Chaitanya to surrender, Lord Chaitanya embraced him and he said, you've done what nobody can do in this world. You've given up a big position. He was the prime minister of the whole country. He gave it up and came to Lord Chaitanya in a humble mood. Kayami, he was asking, who am I? Why am I suffering? He knew he was suffering, but these fools, they just gloss it over. Well, you have to suffer a little bit in order to enjoy. It's okay. Everybody's suffering. Tukalayam. Everybody is. What's the song again?
I can get no.
No.
Yeah, nobody can get satisfaction. But what's the word satisfaction? It's santosh. Santosh means you're happy in yourself, you're satisfied. You're not hankering, you're not lamenting. You're not thinking, oh, if I had done that, then I'd be happy now. Or you're not thinking, in the future I'm going to be happy if I do this. You're hankering for something in the future. Or you're lamenting for something in the past. But one who is rightly situated is happy in himself. The example of giving it the musk deer. From their navel, they produce this wonderful smell. And they're bewildered by it. Where is the smell coming from? So they start wandering, looking for it. So it's nature's trick to get them to go on, wander all around, and they'll meet a female. The female will also be attracted. Then little deers come. This is the process. It's all here because of this sex impulse. But by getting a higher taste, we can gradually give it up. Most have to go through the Grihastha ashram, that's true. But then you should learn. Okay, now I see there's so much pleasure here, and also so much trouble. Have to raise the children, have to see them, have to make sure the wife is happy. The wife has to make sure the husband's happy. Like this, there's always some challenge. So by the time we're 50, 60, then Prabhupada said, no more sex. We should accept Vanaprastha. Means just going where I can be an asset to Srila Prabhupada and his movement. This is the real Vanaprastha. Try to help Prabhupada in his preaching. Now you're free. You have small children, you can't be so free to go whenever the need is and try to help. Okay? Report. In this material world there are classifications of people, but after all, this world is not a happy place for anyone. You won't accept that. One simple sentence. This is not a happy world for anyone. No. You may not be happy. You should see a psychiatrist, but I'm happy. Everybody's thinking. It is clearly stated here, Anitya, Ashukam, Lokam. This world is temporary and full of miseries, not habitable for any sane gentleman or gentle lady. This world is declared by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to be temporary and full of miseries. Some philosophers, especially Mayavadi philosophers, say that the world is false. But we can understand from Bhagavad Gita that the world is not false, it is temporary. There is a difference between temporary and false. This world is temporary, but there is another world which is eternal. This world is miserable, but there is another world which is blissful and eternal. So it behooves us to at least try for that. Take a little trouble to understand this philosophy and to follow the principle, the regulated principle. Little trouble is there in the beginning. But then, like Robert always says, I'm just asking you to give up more the poison. These things are poison, illicit sex, intoxication, gambling, meat eating. They're poisoning you, but you're addicted to it. Germans are addicted to eating meat, huh? Pretty much. Is a vegetation or vegans, has that movement come here?
Yes, 10%.
10%. That's good. That we give credit to Prabhupada for. He was the first one who really, put it in the mainstream that eating meat is abominable. So 10%, that's good. But still, the cow, how many cows are being slaughtered every day? So the karma is still coming. Arjuna was born into a saintly royal family. To him, also the Lord said, take to my devotional service and come quickly back to Godhead, back home. No one should remain in this temporary world, full, as it is, with miseries. Everyone should attach himself to the bosom of the Supreme Personality of Godhead so that he can be eternally happy. Devotional service of the Supreme Lord is the only process by which all problems of all classes of men can be solved. Everyone should therefore take to Krishna consciousness and make his life perfect. Okay, any doubters out there? We don't think we should take to Krishna consciousness. Or if somebody can take that argument, just for the argument's sake, somebody take the side of the faithless. Nobody's brave enough. Okay, I'll do it. Okay, good.
How do we know this is the truth?
How do we know?
This is the truth.
Yeah, therefore we give the example. How do you know the honey is sweet? You have to take the process. You have to open the jar, put your finger or a spoon, bring it to your mouth. Then you say, oh, now I know what honey is. Similarly, we say Krishna consciousness is very sweet. Prabhupada says it's very sweet. Jnana Krishna be happy. But in order for you to actually experience it, you have to take the process. So this is our conviction. And if you sincerely take the process, then you won't be able to give it up. Because Krishna will reciprocate. But the key is sincerely. Like when sometimes the devotees believing and the Prabhupada, why? They weren't sincere. That's what Prabhupada would say. Even big sannyasis, but they weren't sincere. They came with some motive. They were unhappy and this or that, and they got something from Krishna consciousness, and then they gave it up. They weren't sincerely trying to please. Sincerity has to be, let me do something not for my advantage, but just to try to make Krishna happy. For so many lifetimes I've been trying to make myself happy. It hasn't worked. So let's just one lifetime try to make Krishna happy. That's the idea. If you can do that, have that mentality, even for a little while, then Krishna will reciprocate. And you'll say, wow, this is real. It's not some bluff. It's the real thing. Krishna will reciprocate. He promises. That verse I just quoted means, as you surrender unto me, I'll reciprocate accordingly. He promises. So take a little surrender, a real surrender, not just show bhakti. That's even easier. He's the spiritual master for all of us, Shiksha Guru. So try to please him, and we promise that Krishna will give you some reciprocation. And you'll feel happy enough that you'll continue the process if you're sincere. You're not going to immediately see Krishna and everything will go away, but you'll get enough faith that if I continue the process, it'll be good for me. And so you can take the next step, and the next step. So it's scientific, step by step. Guru Goswami has given this, right? Scientific process. We were hearing yesterday. First qualification is, what were we saying? Utsaha. Little enthusiasm. In other words, you have to take it with a little enthusiasm to get for Krishna to even notice you. Once we were on a morning walk in London, we came over a pond. There's a little bridge. We came over a pond, and people were feeding the ducks. And there was one little duck barking, wow, 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 wow. And everybody was trying to give him the credit. And Prabhupada said, this is how we have to chant. Chant with enthusiasm, and then Krishna will notice you. It was just, or not even. The Brahmacharya can't even open his mouth. Why not? Sing. This is the mantra. Hare Krishna. Everybody knows it. Why not sing it with enthusiasm? Then Krishna will notice you. Otherwise, we're just wasting our time. Utsaha. Then the next is determination. Did we say?
Confidence.
And then patience. We have to be patient. We can't say, okay, I'm chanting enthusiastic one day. Why Krishna didn't appear in front of me? No. You have to be a little patient. Anything good. Just like the Olympic players. Let's say you're on the Olympic team and you're a long distance runner. How much you have to practice with this if you want to get a chance to win a gold medal for your country? Every day they have to go out and push themselves. 26 miles or whatever the marathon is. Can you imagine? And they do it. But only one gets a gold medal. And then silver and bronze. So they're ready to, for a little piece of metal, they're ready to push themselves, sometimes for years. So we're getting the highest thing,
the culmination of all the billions of gold medals is that Krishna will reveal himself to us. Sanat Goswami told this story with him right there. A person came to him and wanted the most valuable thing, so he gave him this touchstone that was left in a refuge, a trash bin in the house. And then he took it and he went out and he said, he kept this within a place that wasn't very nice. So I'm going to go back to the really best thing you have. So he went back and he said, you left this without caring for it, so it must be you don't care for it very much. So tell me what is really the best thing. Then he gave him the Hare Krishna mantra. And he became a guru. And he didn't care for the touchstone, which can change iron into gold. Anyway, I don't know how Prabhupada tells us that story, so there must be truth in it. And I wouldn't mind having a touchstone. No, we could build a big temple. Okay. Any other points? We do another verse? Or?
There's one point here. That in the purport it says that somebody who is following or surrendering to Krishna, that's how all problems or all classes of men can be solved. But we see that we are following Krishna consciousness and we still have so many problems. And there are so many problems in our society also.
We have more problems after Krishna consciousness.
Yeah.
Okay, but there shouldn't be any problem in saving ourselves.
Sorry?
There should not be any problem in saving ourselves. In other words, Prabhupada makes the point. First you have to save yourself. Then you can preach it. So it's true, there may be problems, but there shouldn't be any problem in your heart. What's the problem? You tell me. What's your personal problem that you can't make advancement? That's stopping you. Like that. You can say, Prahlad has so many problems.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't think about it. He just went on with those. So many problems. Throwing him in the boiling water, under the elephant, giving him poison. He didn't get out of source because of it. He remains steady and happy in his connection with Krishna. So why not? We can do that. Then we're teaching by example. Of course we should try to help people. But I don't see any big problem in my life. What's the problem? I don't see any problem. Wherever I go, people like to hear from me. They give me money. So I'm not saying, you can imitate that, but there shouldn't be any problem. Everybody has service. If you're ready to do some service, you can go to any place in ISKCON, they'll take you in. And give you a place to eat and sleep. And you do your service, so what's the problem? Wasn't that the book? What was it?
What's the difficulty?
Yeah.
Should we hear too?
Okay, so you're taking care of it. What about this lady? You satisfied with my answer?
Sorry?
Were you satisfied with my answer?
About the problems.
No, the role of an atheist for
You said you spoke. When you spoke, you
Yeah,
said,
I was just because you asked someone to be more challenging, so
yeah, there's some challenge. If you don't, you just, like the Beatles had a song, relax and float downstream. That was the name of the song. But I say you relax and float downstream, you go over the waterfalls. Right? You can't just relax and float downstream. You have to make some effort. In any case, you have to make an effort just to eat. Or this is a welfare state, you don't have to make it any effort. They'll come and feed you. No. Everybody has to make some effort. You have to make everybody get out of bed in the morning. Yeah. And if you do eat, you have to pass stool, which is a little nasty, right? We have to do it. What if we say, no, I don't like this because I'm not going to pass stool anymore? No, you have to. You're being pushed, right? The nature's pushing you. So, those things we accept. Okay, this is conditional, right? We have the conditional and constitutional. So the conditional state is we have problems. Yeah. But nothing that can check our constitutional position of being servant Krishna. Okay?
Regarding the point enthusiasm, usually on like in a material consciousness, we're enthusiastic when the goal is actually tangible, like you said, a golden medal or something. But in Krishna consciousness,
why you don't see things? Why it's not tangible?
Because the goal is Krishna Prema, and I don't know how Krishna Prema looks like.
Oh, you can look at Papa, read his books and his purports and his conversations, and you'll see that he's joyful. We're not confused, we're happy, and he was showing that. Even he had difficulty, he had problems, heart attack, seasickness, but still, underneath it all, he was joyful. So why not? You can be joyful. That was my comment. When I first came, I thought, wow, this person is so happy. Even he's 70 years old, and I'm only 25, but I'm not so happy like him. Why not? So I wanted to be like him. So that's tangible. You can be like him. He was saying, yes, you can be like me. Here's the process. This is how, I didn't, it's not magic. I became like this because I took the order of my spiritual master as my life and soul. And here's the process. You can also take the order of your spiritual master as your life and soul. And you'll be happy even at the point of death. Why it's not tangible? Prabhupada's life is the living proof. Very tangible. We needed that. Acharya teaches by example. And we make that point. Bhagavad Gita was there, but there was no devotee of Krishna to show us how to be a devotee. But when Prabhupada came, and so many people became devotees because he was showing by his example how to be a devotee. And it was practical. The goal, I mean, you could see it right in front of you. And you can still see it. Read his books. Okay, next. Was this the one more verse? This we only did one verse, right? You did it too. Next verse is coming 934. This is a famous verse, right? This is the best verse of the chapter. And this first two lines are the only lines that are repeated. In the 18th chapter, they're also there. Man Bhava, Bhakto, Madhyajimam, and Maskuru. These two lines are presented twice in Bhagavad Gita. So it must be important. Krishna's repeating. We can all do it together. Come on. Man Bhava, Bhakto, Madhyajimam, Namaskuru. Translation. Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee, offer obeisances unto me, and worship me. Be completely absorbed in me. Surely you will come to me. Report. In this verse it is clearly indicated that Krishna consciousness is the only means of being delivered from the clutches of this contaminated material world. Sometimes unscrupulous commentators distort the meaning of what is clearly stated here, that all devotional service should be offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Unfortunately, unscrupulous commentators divert the mind of the reader to that which is not at all feasible. Such commentators do not know that there is no difference between Krishna's mind and Krishna. Krishna is not an ordinary human being. He is the absolute truth. His body, his mind, and he himself are one in absolute. It is stated in the Koma Purana, as is quoted by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami in his Anubhasa comments on Chaitanya Charitamrita, 5th chapter, Adi verse 41, 40 to 48. Deha dehi vibhedo yam neshvara vidyate pachit. This means that there is no difference in Krishna, the Supreme Lord, between himself and his body. But because the commentators do not know the science of Krishna, they hide Krishna and divide his personality from his mind or from his body. Although this is sheer ignorance of the science of Krishna. Some men make profit out of misleading people. What profit they make? Yes. They claim that they're God, and they want to be worshipped by their disciples. So, this is their goal for personal aggrandizement. So prophets tell me, saying we shouldn't touch these people, we shouldn't hear from them. They should keep them out of our sight. If we see them, maybe we have to take a bath and garments. This is it, idea. Okay, let me finish the report, and then if there's any more comments or questions. Oh my God, the report is long. There are some who are demoniac. They also think of Krishna but enviously, just like King Kamsa, Krishna's uncle. He was also thinking of Krishna, always, but he thought of Krishna as his enemy. He was always in anxiety, wondering when Krishna will come to kill him. That kind of thinking will not help us. One should be thinking of Krishna in devotional love. That is bhakti. One should cultivate the knowledge of Krishna continuously. What is that favorable cultivation? It is to learn from a bona fide teacher. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we have several times explained that his body is not material, but is eternal blissful knowledge. This kind of talk about Krishna will help one become a devotee. Understanding Krishna otherwise from the wrong source will prove fruitless. One should therefore engage his mind in the eternal form, the primeval form of Krishna, with conviction in his heart that Krishna is the Supreme. He should engage himself in worship. There are hundreds of thousands of temples in India for the worship of Krishna, and devotional service is practiced there. When such practice is made, one has to offer obeisances to Krishna. One should lower his head before the deity and engage his mind, his body, his activities, and everything. That will make one fully absorbed in Krishna without deviation. This will help one transfer to Krishna Loka. One should not be deviated by unscrupulous commentators. One must engage in the 9 processes, beginning with hearing and chanting about Krishna. Your devotional service is the highest achievement of human society. Highest achievement, not the gold medal. The 7th and 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita have explained pure devotional service to the Lord that is free from speculative knowledge, mystic yoga, and fruitive activities. Those who are not purely sanctified may be attracted by different features of the Lord, like the impersonal Brahma Jyoti and localized Paramatma. But a pure devotee directly takes to the service of the Supreme Lord. There is a beautiful poem about Krishna in which it is clearly stated that any person who is engaged in the worship of demigods is most unintelligent and cannot achieve at any time the supreme reward of Krishna. The devotee in the beginning may sometimes fall down from the standard, but still he should be considered superior to all other philosophers and yogis. One who always engages in Krishna consciousness should be understood to be a perfectly saintly person. His accidental, non-devotional activity will diminish, and he will soon be situated, without any doubt, in complete perfection. The pure devotee has no actual chance to fall down, because the Supreme Godhead personally takes care of his pure devotee. Therefore, the intelligent person should take directly to the process of Krishna consciousness and happily live in the material world. He will eventually receive the supreme reward of Krishna. As says Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada, the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, in the matter of the most confidential knowledge. So here, one interesting point, Prabhupada is saying that the pure devotee can't fall down. There's a nice story to illustrate that point. In the very beginning, there were two brothers came, Ramananda and Gargamuni, and they were quite active and had leading roles. And at one point, Gargamuni was the treasurer in New York. And Prabhupada came to get money from him, but Gargamuni was, he was arguing with Prabhupada that he didn't want to get money. Prabhupada said, okay, very good, now give me the money. The treasurer should be a little careful. But then in the middle of that, Prabhupada said to him, Gargamuni, the difference between you and me is you can fall down and I can't. So he's telling him, give up your envy. You're not equal to me. envy is so common, so prominent in this world. We can become envious of Prabhupada. And that happened in many cases. Gargamuni is still with us, but some people just left altogether. So we should accept Prabhupada can't fall down. He's a pure devotee. When we come to the highest stage, there's no much chance that one is actually in the stage of prema. Okay, anyone else? Comment, Chris?
Okay. Regarding the point of pure devotee, I have two questions.
Yeah.
The first one is a simple yes or no question. Is a Mahabhagavata necessarily a pure devotee?
Well, that's pretty much how we define it. Mahabhagavata means that he has no interest in anything else except serving Krishna.
Because Prabhupada writes in one purport in Adivida that talking about the Mayavadis, and he's saying that flowery language of the Mayavadis, of their interpretations of the Vedas, are so dangerous that even a Mahabhagavata can fall down. So it can be very
Well, Prabhupada is being overcautious. Here he's saying he can't go down. Did he just say that? Let's read it again. The pure devotee has no actual chance to fall down. Because the Supreme Godhead personally takes care of his pure devotee. That's pretty clear. I'm saying that. I don't know what you're quoting contradicts it. Anyone else? Yes.
I heard, I don't know if it was the same situation, but the Prabhupada said, I cannot fall down, but you can. And then actually after that lecture or that meeting, he was actually praying to Krishna, don't let me fall down. I remember hearing it, someone reading it.
The Prabhupada was praying.
Prabhupada was actually praying it.
Yeah.
He was praying it.
Okay, he's teaching by example.
Yeah.
Whatever he's doing, we can learn from it. If he was staying in Vrindavan, like some of the godbrothers and other Brahmins there wanted, why are you going to the West? But no, he's a preacher, so everything he's doing is for our help, to help us. So he did teaching us by his example. Yes, we should always think we can fall down at any moment. This is my esteem. Therefore, we always pray. Please, Krishna, don't let me become the victim of Maya. I don't see any contradiction. Anyone else?
I can add something to that story. I think it was in a manner where Prabhupada was saying that he cannot fall down, and then they saw Srila Prabhupada praying in front of the deities, and then they asked Prabhupada, what were you praying for? And he was saying, I was praying that I don't fall down. And then they asked him, but you just said you can't fall down. I said, yes, because I was praying.
Because I'm always praying.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Is it?
Thank you so much. My Guru Maharaj very often is saying that he is indebted.
That he's?
Indebted. That to his spiritual master. And question is, about me, not about certainly. There are debts, certainly. How to realize them?
I can't follow.
That is, I am indebted also.
Yes.
I have debts.
That's right, you have that to your spiritual.
Yeah, how to, not only how to the movement, to the devotees, how to realize them, because there are beautiful words, but how to practice.
By serving him. And that goes on eternally. When you go to the spiritual world, the Guru is still superior, you'll be serving him. So this is how you pay your debt, by continuous devotional service to him first. Prabhupada said, my only one that took the order of my spiritual master is my life and soul. And therefore he was always thinking how to please his Guru Maharaj and Krishna. And even now he's thinking like that. Therefore he was humble. As soon as you think I've accomplished it, now I'm a guru, then you're a guru, cow. You always thinking. Prabhupada was always praying, just like you said. So that I pray because I could go down. So it's very nice. You keep that debt in the front and you try to repay it. Eternally you can go on trying to repay it. You can repay it, but you can always be trying to repay it, and that will keep you in the spiritual atmosphere. That will keep you in the spiritual world. You have a debt. No, I can't leave you. I have to pay off this debt. Okay, you can spend. The giant will let you into. They won't keep you out. No, I have a debt. I have to come. Like that. And you. Well, that's good. The Guru Maharaj had the right mood. He has a debt to Srila Prabhupada. And you also have a debt to your Guru and Srila Prabhupada, the whole parampara, and ultimately Krishna is the Adi Guru, he's the original Guru, so it goes on in parampara. And there's one more. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maharaj. My question is, how can we ascertain how can we ascertain insincere motives if we are not aware of them, and then how to get rid of them and purify them?
Yeah, therefore we should reveal our mind to our Guru and to superiors so that they can see them. And they can help us. And we should accept the criticism or correction from superiors. Just like we're saying, be more enthusiastic. Or you want another correction that I see that needs to be done here? We can, you give me Nectar Devotion. That in the Nectar Devotion, chapter 8, I think it is, right, you can find it. The title of the chapter is Offenses to be Avoided. And I think the 28th offense to be avoided is to, when, especially the first time when you come in the morning, you should say the pranams to your spiritual master audibly so he can hear them. Nama Om Vishwadaya, or whoever your spiritual master, you should say it not silently. This is an offense.
29.
Read it.
One should not offer obeisances silently to the spiritual master, or in other words, one should recite aloud the prayers to the spiritual master while offering obeisances.
But everybody, 90% of you, is just silent meditation. You lie down, and nobody says it. If you hear the mantra, you should say it. I'll tell a story to illustrate this point. I was a new devotee. I had just been initiated a few, 2-3 months before, and I was coming to meet Srila Prabhupada. He was in New Vrindavan. I graduated from the university, and I was coming to you can say, to have Prabhupada engage me. I wanted to open a temple somewhere, and I wanted his blessing. And so, as I was coming up, because there was no car could go up there, it was like a dirt road in the very beginning. And I met my senior godbrother, the name of Bertram, he was coming down. And he told me, he said, I was initiated. He said, Prabhupada is sitting out in the field by himself. What you should do, go right up to, close to it, bow down right next to him, and loudly say his pranam mantra. So I did that. And when I looked up, Prabhupada had a big smile. Oh, where are you coming from? He started talking to me. From New York. Oh, then it was like he was dealing with me like he knew me, and he did get to know me. So that's what we want. We want to be recognized by the spiritual master, not by artificial, loud screaming or something, but by sincere call of reciting his mantra. Another time, in the Prabhupada was on the morning walk in New York, and the subway stopped, or the streetcar stopped, and the devotee got off, and he saw Prabhupada, he paid obeisances on the street. And Prabhupada liked that. He wasn't an egotist, but he liked, this is the mood. The disciple wants to glorify his spiritual master. And he did it in a loud way. We're not embarrassed about glorifying Prabhupada. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to be listening. Okay, then we'll stop here. Prabhupada ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai. Don't we get Srinivas lesson?
You want to distribute this Mahaprasad?
Oh. But then somebody has to sing. Who's a good singer? Ladies?
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Nami Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Nami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Kacharine Nirvishesha
personal services. Maharaj has been a sannyasi for like 52 years right now, and being in ISKCON serving movement.
Hey, you have my
for
key?
56 years. It's unlocked. It's unlocked.
It's unlocked.
And we have a special discount. Whoever would like to have this book, Maharaj will personally sign it, and they can have it. And any little donation would be also fine. So please approach me, whoever would like to have this book, and Maharaj will sign it. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Hari Bol.
They can come to the guest house 201, the first floor. Maharaj can personally give this book. That's what Maharaj said.
Jai.